Hi guys, welcome back to another favorites video. We are in July, which means we are officially halfway through 2016. It is so crazy how fast the year has gone. I really don't know what I've done with my time, but we have another 6 months. Christmas is closer than it's far away. I say that every July favorites, that we're closer to Christmas than we are far away from Christmas. But that is not what is important today. Today, what is important is talking about some of my favorite beauty products from the last month, as well as some of my favorite other random or lifestyle products. I'm going to start off with skincare this month. And these are two products that I purchased probably maybe about halfway through the month, maybe a little bit earlier. They're from Aven or Avene. I never know which is the way to say it. Is it Aven? Avene. Anyway, it's from the clearance range, and I know that they've recently done a whole sort of heap of collaborations on YouTube, but it's just kind of random that I actually just bought these myself because I was experiencing some breakouts and my skin wasn't quite as good as it had been, so I thought that I should try and buy some products that are specifically, I think, to just help clear up your skin. So this is the cleansing gel. Really like this one. It is a nice gel cleanser that doesn't feel stripping on your skin, but does feel like it's sort of doing its job of really cleaning it. It's a soap-free cleanser, which is great. It gently removes impurities from the skin and helps reduce excess sebum thanks to monolaurin. Don't know what that ingredient is or if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but basically I think it is sort of to help target people who have oily skin or acne prone skin, and I've been really enjoying that one, as well as the Triacneal Expert. It says helps remove stubborn imperfections or residual marks for acne prone skin, which is again something that I struggle with, I don't know, I think I had struggle and trouble as one word, but something that I struggle with. So I'm giving this a shot. I use this at night. I kind of put it all over my face. Sometimes I just use this, sometimes I'll use this, let it sit for a little while, and then I'll put a moisturizer over the top if I'm feeling like my skin is a little bit dry. All the writing on it is in French or in other languages, so that really does not help you at all. But basically, it's like a treatment product. I've been enjoying it. So far, I think my skin looks pretty good. I have one stubborn pimple right on my chin that thankfully hopefully I've covered up with concealer. But for skincare, definitely worth checking out if you're a little bit older and you're still struggling with acne or oily skin like I do. Okay, moving on to the makeup portion of this video, I have a few different products sitting here. I'm going to start off with a few different foundation brushes that I've been enjoying. Now, these aren't specifically foundation brushes per se, but brushes that I've been enjoying applying my foundation with. So the first one you would have seen me do a review is the Artiste Oval. I don't know why I'm struggling to speak today. It's Sunday morning when I'm filming this, so I think I'm just not quite awake yet. But the Artiste Oval 7 brush, really like this one. I did a whole review on it. I will have that linked on a card on the screen here for you guys to check out if you missed it. But really great for buffing in foundation, but you can also use it for other products as well. And I feel like I just get a really airbrushed finish with this, and it is so quick. So quick, it's like do, you're done. The next one I've been enjoying is this one from Look Good Feel Better, and I received this at the launch of the brushes, and I really like the whole premise behind these brushes because a percentage of the profits from these go to the Look Good Feel Better foundation, which helps women who are currently going through cancer treatments to basically feel better about the way that they look, to learn about skincare and makeup that it's different when you're going through cancer treatments because you may have lost your hair, your skin may be reacting to the medications and things, and they help these women feel better about themselves in a time where so much of their life is changing. Honestly, I listened to a story of one of the girls who had been to one of the classes, and I was in tears. I'm tearing up now because of how just heartbreaking it was to hear her story, but also how amazing these classes were, and just making her feel just that little bit better when everything else in the world probably feels like it's crashing down. So really great, worthy cause. You can pick these up in Priceline here in Australia. And this one is the finishing brush. So it's like a stippling brush, but it's a little bit more dense, and the actual stippling bristles are just that little bit shorter. So it has enough flex in it to be kind of like a stippling brush, but it has enough density to it and enough firmness to be a little bit like a buffing brush. It's kind of a hybrid of the two. So really like this one for buffing in foundation, and I've been really enjoying it. I don't tend to gravitate towards stippling brushes, but this is that good in between that I'm really enjoying it. The last brush that I wanted to mention is the Real Techniques sculpting brush. Again, probably not specifically for foundation, but I really enjoy this one for foundation. I just find it buffs it into the skin really well. I can kind of do a tapping motion as well if I want to press the foundation in the skin. And because it has that kind of angled shape, it works really, really well for getting around the different contours of the face, getting around the nose. If I want to use this to blend my concealer in under the eyes as well, I can kind of use the back side of it. It's a very versatile brush. Don't listen to just what the name of a brush is. If you feel like it works for a different application method, definitely go for it. And for me, this one is a great foundation brush. Speaking of foundation, I've been really enjoying the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation. This has SPF 15, and to me, when I first got this, I wasn't quite sure how to use it. It doesn't have a ton of coverage, but I have been enjoying using this for a more lighter finish when it comes to foundation. I personally would prefer my foundation to not look like it's there if possible. I don't need everything covered, and for things that I do want covered, I tend to use a concealer. So I've been using this with the concealer that I'm about to talk about next, and I do concealer first, and then I just use this as a final step to kind of blend any areas that I've concealed together, kind of even out my skin tone where possible, and just give a more uniform look to the face. It's not going to cover everything, but it does give you this nice sort of glowy, youthful look to the skin. I find that for me, I do have to powder it down because I have tending towards oily skin, so especially if I want it to wear for a long time, I powder my whole face down, but it does give a really nice finish, really natural finish to the skin, and worth checking out if you prefer lighter coverage foundations. Now, to go with that, my favorite concealer has been the IT Cosmetics. Now, this is the duo, and I don't actually know the name of the duo, but it's the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer mixed with the Hello Light Liquid Brightener. So I have I think it's the light medium version, which has the neutral medium Bye Bye Under Eye, which has been a favorite of mine for a very, very long time. I think I picked it up at like IMATS about three years ago now, and it's been a favorite of mine ever since. This is the perfect shade for my skin, and I find that I can use it both under my eyes to kind of correct a little bit or to conceal because it's so heavy duty, but also on any blemishes that I have, and I just let that sit on there, tap around the edges, and they basically disappear. It is a really thick concealer, so you really do want to not apply too much. Less is more when it comes to this concealer, but because it is so thick, it really holds on place. It's kind of a little bit wet, so you definitely have to powder it down, but I absolutely love this stuff, and if you work out how to use it correctly, it will be your best friend. And then as for the Hello Light Brightener, this is just a really nice light brightening under eye kind of concealer. I apply this sort of in this general area here. It lightens it up. I can kind of apply it in the center of the face. This is a lot more liquidy than the Bye Bye Under Eye, but really, really nice. Together, they're a great little duo to have. Chuck it in your handbag, take it with you traveling. I can't highly recommend this enough. A surprise new favorite for me is the Etude House Play 101 stick. This was a random product that I picked up on eBay when I was trying to do an order for some more Korean beauty products. And what it is, it's a double-ended a contour stick. So you have a highlight end at one end and then a contour end at the other. It's a really nice creamy formula. This one is a little bit on the warm side, so it's not like the perfect shade, but I find that when you blend it into the skin, it just gives you this really natural kind of variation in the skin, just so you've got that, I guess, that definition again after applying your foundation. I find that they don't make my makeup cake up anymore. They're really super easy to blend, and I don't know, I've just been really enjoying this for a more naturally contoured or sculpted look. This is the only shade as far as I'm aware, so it's like a one shade fits all, so I don't think it would actually suit everybody per se, but it does sort of suit, if you have kind of my skin tone, maybe a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit darker, you could get away with this. Obviously, it's probably designed for Asian skin, so keep that in mind, but I find that it works really well. It was pretty inexpensive. I think it was definitely under $15. I picked it up on eBay. So a great little sculpting product there, particularly if you prefer using creams. Last face product favorite, this is an old one. It's Benefit's Hoola Bronzer. I haven't used this like consistently for years, and then for some reason recently I got it back out and I've kind of been using it ever since. It's a really nice bronzing product, not too cool toned, not too warm toned, and what I find that I think the reason that I've been enjoying it is I've been using it with a big fluffy brush. This one's also from Look Good Feel Better. It's the powder blush brush. And by using this like sort of large fluffy brush, you can get like a really diffused finish with the product, which I think is how I prefer it over using it with a more precision brush and using it for like contouring. I find that for me that just doesn't work as well as using this more all over the face as an all over kind of bronzing product, warming up the skin tone. I don't know. I can understand why it's kind of reached cult status and has been around for a very long time, because it is a really good product, and I've been using it quite regularly recently. Okay, last couple of makeup products. The first one that I have here is a new one. I don't actually know if it's launched yet. I got this in the last sort of 2 weeks of the month. It's the False Lash Wings Sculpt Mascara or Butterfly Effects Fibers from L'Oreal. I don't know what the actual name is. False Lash Wings maybe? This one is kind of, I think, an extension of the butterfly mascara that L'Oreal has had out before, and that's been my favorite in the past. What I like about this one, it has a really, really unique brush. And basically the bristles are only on one side, and you can use it almost in like a toothbrush kind of motion to really just brush the product into your lashes. You can see it holds quite a bit of product on the brush, so you really do get a lot of product on your lashes really quickly. So it is a more dramatic looking mascara. It also sets, so once it's on, it's on all day. If you're looking for a more sort of soft, natural look to your lashes, this one probably isn't for you. It is what I'm wearing on my lashes today. And I think the actual premise of this is that you're actually supposed to be able to almost tight line with this and get the product like really at the base of the lashes, which I do think you definitely can sort of really wiggle that product in there. I still tend to tightline with a pencil anyway, but this is just a little bit of an added effect. I find it really easy to use. It does have a tendency to look kind of borderline clumpy, but that's not a problem for me. I actually quite like that more heavy on look for my lashes. If you don't, probably worth skipping this one, but if you kind of like your more dramatic mascaras, then I definitely think this is worth checking out once it hits stores. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if it's out yet, but it should be out soon, and I'm really, really enjoying that one from L'Oreal. Okay, I've been talking so much, but I've got 2 more makeup products. These are lipsticks. One that I'm wearing today, I hauled this recently. It's the MAC Hot Chocolate Satin Lipstick. Really, really love this one. It's like that perfect mauvey brownie color. It's just sort of the perfect, I don't know, winter lipstick for me. I wear this to work, I wear this casually, I wear this out. I don't know, I'm just loving it. It's very 90s vibe, and I'm enjoying that at the moment. And then my other favorite, also hauled recently, Touch of Spice from the Maybelline Creamy Mattes range. These are actually quite similar colors. I'll swatch them side by side so you can see. As you can see, Touch of Spice is just that little bit more rosy, whereas Hot Chocolate from MAC is just that little bit more plummy or mauvey, but both really, really gorgeous shades. Definitely worth checking out if you can get your hands on them. Rachael colors just to a T, and I love them so much. So that's it for all my beauty favorites. To round it off with a few other random favorites, speaking of that like 90s vibe, I've been really enjoying chokers of late. As you can see, I am wearing this one. This one is from Lovisa. Just has this long chain with some gold little leaves on it, and I was originally attracted to this one, liked it so much that I ended up picking it up in the black. This one is black and silver, and again just has those long little leaves at the end. I don't know if I love these, but you can certainly remove them if you don't like them. But I'm just really enjoying the way that chokers look at the moment. I know it's just a phase and they'll probably go again, but I don't know, for the time being, I've really been enjoying this little trend when it comes to fashion. I know that we kind of had 70s come back for a little bit, and now we've kind of got 90s, a little bit grunge. There's a lot of overalls out and a lot of like cropped shirts and checkered kind of tops, and wearing them like things tied around your waist, which to me is things that I associate with early 90s fashion. So if you do like that kind of thing, check out these from Lovisa. I think these were around the $16, $17 mark, so not super cheap, but not terrible either. And there's definitely a lot of these around. Check out any of your fashion stores that sell a little bit of jewelry as well, because I've seen chokers everywhere, and I am certainly jumping on the bandwagon with that trend. The last few months I've kind of skipped book favorites and I've had a few requests. So one this month that I've had is Coast by Jay McLean. This is the second book after Kick Pushed, which was one of my favorites from her. I've mentioned Jay McLean so much in my videos over the years. I love her writing. I love her More series, and this one I have also really enjoyed as well. So if you're looking for a read, definitely check out Jay McLean. And then as for music favorites, I have, I think, 3 favorite songs from this month that I wanted to mention. Let me get up my music app so I can tell you guys. I want to get these right. So my first favorite song is Perfect Strangers by Jonas Blue featuring J.P. Cooper. I love that song. I just feel like every time it comes on, I just want to start dancing around to it. Similarly, I also have been really liking Backbeat by, I think it's Dagny, Dagny. Not 100% sure if I'm pronouncing the name right, but really enjoy that song. And then the last one I randomly found, but it's New Obsession by Frankie. The lyrics in this one kind of sound like they were written by a 14-year-old girl, but for whatever reason, it's super catchy and I've just been enjoying listening to it. So I'll have those listed in the description box below if you guys want to listen to some new music. And as well as that, I will have all the products that I mentioned today. So if you guys are looking to try some of them, the list will be there. All my social media links are there as well. So make sure you come say hi to me on any of my social media. Leave me a comment today telling me what your favorite product is from the past month. And other than that, I hope you guys are all doing really well. My name is Rachel and I'll see you all later. Bye.